All right, guys. Sorry, I'm late. Had some issues. Issues on top of issues. It started with things outside of work or outside of home, and then it started with then my mic didn't want to connect. So I had to start StreamYard over a couple times. So I'm behind. I got some early comments. Man, who is already here? Business1234, Steven, Prodigy Card Collector. What's up? Brett, Dexflow. What's going on? So yeah, guys, I'm here. Post-game interview card. Steven, Ryan, David, Charles, what's up? What's up, Neo? How you doing? Trevor, Ron Fig. Ron Fig is a casino guy just like me. Let me get a drink real quick before we get started. Joel, what's up? Joel Garza. So, guys, I haven't gotten any sports updates yet. If there's a basketball game that has started, I don't know what's going on. If somebody could fill me in the comments on a score, who's playing, what's going on. I got a package in the mail. This is one card, and it's not even a big card. This is just one card. It's not that valuable. It's not large, and it's packed in this gigantic box/envelope. So we'll open that up and see what that is on the stream. So Neo says Giannis is getting murdered, as in the team's getting beat down, or they're just bullying him to death. Oh, Brooklyn's up by 30. Holy crap. Oh, my God. Well, yeah, so much for that, right? I guess those Giannis cards are going to be out, probably going to be getting sold off quick tonight. People probably undercutting each other right now. Good evening, Michael Ham. So I kind of wanted to start the stream off talking about, I don't want it to sound like a rant or sound like I'm complaining, but I just wonder why, okay, before I get into this, because I'm going to get comments lashing back at me for this, but I wonder why certain sellers, or just sellers in general and not all sellers, either refuse to negotiate or, okay, I understand sellers are into their cards for a certain amount of money. They don't want to take losses. They have the right to charge what they want. That's perfectly fine. But when someone puts a listing on eBay, I'm just going to use a couple numbers for $850, and comps are around $650. Comps are at like $650. Now, I understand they're wanting an impulse buy, but this player's not even playing. The team's eliminated. There is no impulse, I got to buy this player now type deal going on. But I make an offer for $675, so $25 over recent comps. I know that's not much, but at least I'm going to put that out there as a feeler. The offer goes through. The seller just immediately declines. No counter offer, no negotiation, no nothing, just an automatic decline. So, why have the best offer feature? Now, I get you want to see if somebody's going to offer you more than you want, but at least set it, to where it'll do an automatic decline if you're not happy with the price. So what I do, and I started using My Slabs today, guys. That's another thing. I got into My Slabs. I've been checking it out. So funny situation is I go on the My Slabs. I find the exact same card. It's the exact same listing from eBay. So the person has it listed in both places, trying to see, which is cool. They're trying to sell it. They're using multiple platforms. So I guess My Slabs, do they take less percent? Because I'm thinking to myself, okay, if I make this person the same deal on My Slabs or even a little bit higher, then maybe because they're going to have less fees on My Slabs, maybe they will then accept my offer, considering I'm still offering above comps. Okay, so the same card's listed on there at $850. At $850, I come in at, I'm not 100% sure if I offered him $700. I might have offered him the same $675, but I'm thinking to myself, okay, they're going to pay less fees here. They're not going to get hit with a 10% eBay fee right off the top. before PayPal. So maybe $25. I might have offered them $700. I can't quite remember, but maybe either $25 or $50 over comps with less fees. You know, maybe we can negotiate something. I get an email, just straight up declined. Now, I don't know if they can counter offer me on my slabs. I'm not familiar with the platform yet, but just straight up declined. So at this point, an $850 card that's selling on average at $650, and I'm offering up to $700 on a platform that takes less fees. I'm just wondering what the person is trying to get out of the card. You know, is it $850 buy it now or best offer of $800? You know, I'm just curious, but I'm not going to bid and overpay. I'm not going to over offer because that's what they want. But anyway, this isn't a rant. Might sound like I'm ranting or complaining a little bit, but I'm trying to spend in this dip. I'm trying to spend some stuff or buy some stuff. And some sellers, not all, and I've done some selling too. I'm still doing everything. Nothing's changed. But some sellers are still living in the fantasy world of I'm going to get top dollar for my card in the middle of what's bigger than a dip. Let's call it's bigger than a dip. Do we want to say crash? Can't say crash because we don't know what floor we're talking about. But in the middle of whatever you want to call it, crash, adjustment, dip, whatever, are they scared to cut losses? Is that what it is? I cut ties with a 2012 Prism Anthony Davis PSA 10 in Dallas. I cut ties with that. I was into that card for $2,000. Okay, I cut loose of that card at $1,600. I took a loss. I took a $400 loss because I feel like, at the time I felt like, hey, I'm going to take a bigger loss if I don't cut ties now. So I cut ties with that card. I took a $400 loss. That card's now below $1,000. So, you know, just whether you're buying or selling, think about that. It's not always about profiting. Sometimes it's about getting out of a card before you take bigger losses than you could possibly take. Now, maybe this person's into this card that I want to buy for $1,000 and $850 is as low as they'll go. The only thing that bugs me is just counter offer me. Let me know where we stand. Negotiate with me. If you have a best offer there, you don't like what I'm offering, tell me what you want. Maybe I'll pay it. Maybe I won't. Anyway, enough about that. Brett Morrison yells correction. I mean, correction by definition or in comparison to what? Really, honestly. So Scott says he's seen it as well. Another thing I'm going to talk about, I'm going to do a video on this. I'm going to talk about base cards. Because you guys know that I have been really heavy into buying any kind of parallel or variations, whether it's serial numbered or color. I'm really going to focus on talking about base cards and parallels, but not getting yourself in too deep on parallels, because sometimes some parallels that are so rare are hard to move back off of when you're only dealing on the internet. Now, when you're dealing in person, you can kind of negotiate cards that don't have, you know, comps, market value, you know, an average, or, you know, comps on the regular, as opposed to, okay, this card's numbered out of 25. One of them sold 3 months ago. That's it. That's all we have to go by. So sometimes those cards, you know, the liquidity on those cards can hurt you a little bit. Those are the kind of cards you need to move in person. But I want to get into that more on a video where, you know, people are absolutely turning away from base cards, which I can understand to an extent. But there's also a situation when base cards are acceptable, at least in my point. So that's going to be a video. I don't want to talk at all about in the live stream because I will forget things and stuff when I sit down and do the video. It'll be more thought out and things like that. Trigger, you moved 12 base rookie cards at 20% loss today. Or you still got some? Only 10 base trays left to move. Who wants them? Base prisms. Theodore says he thinks it's a crash for ultra modern. Again, it depends on when you got in. Like if you're going all the way back to a year and a half ago, maybe it's not a crash for you. It's all about the timing of it. If you were in early 2020, then you're looking at it and you're saying, holy shit, this is a crash. And Michael says only basketball is crashing. Football is holding steady. Football is holding pretty strong. Football is the market that I'm kind of chasing at the moment, and it's harder to find good deals. This is a basketball card. I mean, I don't know if you guys, let me know when you guys want me to open this. And I already know that I'm going to hear a bunch of crap for this card that I bought in the comments. There's going to be people that are like, I hate that player. He is a terrible investment. But nothing is a bad investment if you have the proper end game for it. So, you know, I could buy $10 worth of donkey poop if I had a farmer that was willing to buy it off of me for $20 as fertilizer. So, you know, the right end game, anything has value. Man, get out of here. Somebody's already guessing it with the card I got. Well, let's see. Let's see it. Open it up. CD Lamb is going to have a breakout second year. He was having a breakout rookie year. I don't know if it coincided with Dak going down, you know, him, you know, slowing down some and all that. But, yeah. Yeah, Kareem, that Icy Bear is going for about 500. It went for 3,000 in Prom Steve. Did a PSA 9 Icy Bear go for? Oh, a PSA 9. A PSA 9. Okay. I thought you were talking about an 8. I was going to say a PSA 8 never went for 3,000, I don't think. Everything's down. Everything's down. Look, Nate is saying hero for sure. Hero. Did you get another Rui? Did I get another Rui? I didn't. I actually was about to buy another Rui, but it was one that I already have 2 of, numbered out of 299, and it has a really good price on it. It's still on eBay. It has a really good price, but I was like, I don't need another Rui. I don't want to over invest in the one player. But I did take that money that I was going to buy on the Rui instead and spent $200 on another card of another player that it's not this one. It'll be coming in the mail. Because like I said, I'm still finding deals on some modern basketball and on some football, and I'm buying them when I see them, because some of the deals that I see, I don't want to say they're foolproof, but I just feel like they either can't be any lower, so they got a safe enough floor to where I'm always going to be able to break even. Everybody's like, let's see it. Let's see it. Do I have any likes going on yet, guys? My phone's over there charging. I can't check the scores. I can't see if you guys are liking the live stream. I can't see anything. I do want to open or give out some Bowman packs tonight. I got a lot of Bowman baseball packs sitting here that I've just been piling up and sitting. Not piling up, but been taking up space in my house. I don't open wax hardly ever, especially baseball. So this is 2020 Bowman. I don't know if it's worth anything or not. I know it has Dominguez and Witt and stuff in it. But if we start getting some likes and some people in here, I'll give some of this stuff away tonight. And got a whole box. I got my whole box of raw cards here, which I don't normally pull out. I might have some stuff in here that some people might like too. You know, I've done 4,000 subscribers. I haven't done the giveaway for 4,000 subscribers yet, which I will do an actual video giveaway. But for you guys that are always at my live streams and supporting me all the time, and then I do a random giveaway on a video and somebody wins it that doesn't watch hardly ever. So I like to do stuff on my live streams for the people who are always, you know, chilling. Am I buying PSA 9s? Maybe I would go the way of a PSA 9s in some, you know, courtside or field level silver type stuff, or some hollows or things like that. But I'm not doing much base in PSA 9s. I'm not doing any base on 2018 and newer on basketball. But that doesn't mean base for 2017, you know, the 2012 Prism is not good, because, you know, the market's controlled by supply and demand. And there's not a whole lot of supply of those other ones, regardless if they're base or not. What it boils down to is supply and demand, and there's not a lot of supply of, you know, 2012 to 2017 Prism basketball. Go try finding Devin Booker's and Jokic's in any kind of parallel, or even Anthony Davis and Kawhi in them in any kind of silver or green or orange or anything like that. And tell me, if you can afford that, more power to you. You got more money than I have, at least to spend on that type of item. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are hearing that PSA is cracking down some. I don't have the inside track on that. I don't know anybody at PSA. I'm not, behind the scenes or anything, but based on lots of returns by people who submit a lot, it's seeming that way. Steve, I'm going to be at the Philly show on Sunday. What do I think about soccer? I have soccer items on my watch list. I have a soccer item coming in the mail. I'm looking at U.S. men's national team stuff for the yearly hold. I'm looking to buy that stuff now because people will start buying it pre-World Cup, but I want to be ahead of the pre-World Cup buyers. I'm buying Lewandowski color because I think Lewandowski color is super cheap when you compare it to other players in comparison to what type of player he is. And I like him as a player also. So it's the kind of stuff I don't mind having if I have to save it to collect it. I like Harry Kane stuff because he's the best, he's probably going to win Premier League, or he may have already won Premier League Player of the Year. He's going to captain England in Euros and in World Cup, more than likely. And he is probably going to transfer to like Man City or a big club. And his stuff is underpriced with all those factors playing into it. I think his stuff's underpriced. Bushleggers asked me my top three Pearl Jam songs, no particular order. I don't have a top three Pearl Jam songs because a lot of Pearl Jam songs I relate to on personal levels. Like there's a certain song that puts me in a certain place. There's another song that reminds me of a certain person. There's another song that I just like to rock to. So it's all different and it all depends on the mood. Elderly Woman, I love that song, but sometimes it makes me cry because I can't even talk about it. But hold on. Anyway, Even Flow, because that was like one of the first songs that I loved by them. And I used to listen to that when we would go like to the beach and go surfing and stuff. And, Yellow Ledbetter, because, that was the B side of a cassette that was only distributed overseas and you couldn't hear it everywhere. I like Dissident off the Versus album. I like Daughter. It just goes on and on and on, and I like them all for a different reason. That's why it's hard to say that this one is my favorite, that any certain one is my favorite. My thoughts on Zach Levine. I mean, he's a great player, but the market is the Bulls, they look like they were going to try to make a run at playoffs. And then I believe he got banged up. He needs to go to another team. I mean, he's a superstar player, but again, he's just another one of those players that people don't really care about. I mean, you can put up 30 points a night, but unless people, care about you and want to buy your cards, then it's a tough investment if you're looking at from a flip standpoint. Joe said you'll see me at the Philly show. Guys, it's hard for me to put, because I see your name is Joe, but I don't know what you look like. So it's hard to put names to faces. So if you see me, just make sure you come up to me, because I have no problem with talking and things like that. It's cool. In fact, I like to be able to interact with you guys, in person. So don't feel like you're bothering me or anything like that. If you want to talk, if you see me, hey, Steve, what's up? What? Philly cheesesteak with provolone or whiz? Doesn't it have to be whiz to be a Philly cheesesteak? I'm not sure. Maybe somebody from Philly can give us the 100% lowdown on that. Or is that like a debate? Is that like an epic argument? Did I watch the game last night? Are we talking about the Clippers and Mavericks game? I did. I talked about it on my drive home. I did a little live stream drive talking about the game, if that's the game you're referring to. Michael says he thinks with more people submitting, they're seeing more cards, so grading has gotten tougher due to them seeing so many of the same card. It's possibly true if grading has gotten tougher. I mean, again, it's still something we talk about and something that we think. And just because, and I kind of think it as well, but just because I think it doesn't necessarily mean it's 100% true. So, I just skipped by a lot of people. There was one I was going to hit, actually. Guys, I must be falling behind. Yeah, Drew, you said Rearview Mirror. I love Rearview Mirror. I love that song too. I love every song by Pearl Jam almost. State of Love and Trust I love. And they did, okay, I went and saw them live in Rome. You guys know that. The hat that I wear, I got at a concert in Italy, in Rome, in June of 2018, European tour. They did like a 40-song set that night. They did absolutely every song. And I was looking at the set list from previous shows leading up to that one, and they were only about half as long. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, oh, man, they're not going to do Rearview Mirror. They're not going to do State of Love and Trust. They're going to do, But when they did the Rome show, they did 2 encores, and they had to take them off a stage. Eddie said before the show started, he goes, we're going to play tonight until they kick us off the stage. And they literally played until they turned up the lights. We were in Estadio Olimpico in Rome, the big soccer stadium. And they played until they turned up the lights and was like pretty much saying, look, you got to stop. People got to get these people out of here. Nearly 40 songs. All right, guys, I'm scrolling down because I'm falling behind on the comments. Oh, did I watch the soccer game? Was that the U.S. versus Mexico? I didn't. I heard a little bit about it today. What happened? Did any of the big names from the U.S. team score? Any thoughts on 2021 UFC Prism cards? I don't mess with the UFC Prism stuff. Like, what happens, the way I invest is, and I've done this twice already, and I'm going to do it for a third time, and it may be successful and it may not. But when soccer got popular, soccer cards that is, and everybody was buying a lot of the 2014 World Cup Prisms and stuff, I went back and started buying 1980s stickers, of guys like Roberto Baggio and, just anybody, even like early 2000 stickers of guys like Luka Modric and Robert Lewandowski. I was buying older sticker rookies, and I was staying off of the Prism that everybody else was buying. First, everybody else was buying it, so it was driving the price up. And because everybody was buying that, the prices on this old stuff was super cheap. Then fast forward to the WNBA Prism stuff coming out. When the WNBA Prism stuff came out, everybody was buying a lot of that stuff up. I went back and I started buying like Diana Taurasi rookies and Cynthia Cooper rookies, graded, dirt cheap, and PSA 10s for like $40. Lisa Leslie and things like that. And I was buying those. And needless to say, that stuff went up and I made good money off of it. So now with the UFC Prism cards coming up, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go back and I'm going to look for older UFC cards, older fighters like Royce Gracie, little things that you don't see listed that much. And when I see something that's not listed that much, I buy it. When I see something that's super rare, if it's a decent price, regardless of what it is, I buy it. Because someday, sooner or later, the right collector is going to come along. And I just buy it and I put it away. Like I have a Rolling Stone sticker that you guys have seen. It's got a population of 3. And I got it. I saw it for $75, and I said, for $75, I'm going to buy that. I'm going to put it in a box. Someday, the right collector is going to be looking for that. And I've gotten some pretty good offers on that sticker, like really good offers. So, It's kind of the zig when everybody's zagging or zag when everybody's zigging, whatever you want to call it. Because there will always be a chance to come back and buy 2021 Prism UFC. I mean, look, it's 2021. There will always be a chance to come back and buy it. And it'll be hot in the beginning, and it'll cool off, and you'll have a chance to buy it. But you may never get a second shot at something that's super rare that has a population, of under 100. People just don't sell that kind of stuff that much. Steve Stakes busted down the pretest. State 11 Trust. Oh, what did I click on here? Been getting into some hockey lately. Theodore's talking about Luka needs some help. How about CJ McCollum for Porzingis? I don't think that's the right kind of help. I think he needs inside help. I mean, if you bring in somebody like McCollum, he's a similar type player to Luka. They're both ball dominant type players. He needs another body on the inside and somebody that can play some defense on the inside. So, yeah, a trade, for the Mavericks do need somebody. I don't know if McCollum is the right fit, though. Make a chain out of my Dan Marino slab. Carl Anthony Towns of Dallas would be solid. Yes, that's a very good point. Jeter Collector. I didn't even think about – I've completely forgotten about Carl Anthony Towns. He's been off my radar. And that's actually a very good point. He would be great in Dallas. I just don't know if they're going to move off of him or, what they would have to give up to get a player like that. It's going to be tough for Minnesota to let him go. He would have to be at the end of a contract or something. But that would be a good fit. He's probably a decent buy just based on speculation from that standpoint. However, if he gets stuck in Minnesota for another year, you're going to be holding. He's got nothing to look forward to really there. So Theodore's talking about music collectibles. And one thing I want to talk about is not just music collectibles, but pop culture icons or American icons or things that you collect that actually make you feel like you're holding a piece of history, whether it's from Hollywood or from rock and roll or from sports. Stuff that feels like history will always hold value because, it's the foundation of what certain things are built on, whether it's movies or rock and roll or, people collect the Rolling Stones, people collect the Beatles, people collect Elvis. And it's, it's not like they're still putting out music. Well, maybe the Rolling Stones are. I don't know. They're going to live forever. But, their day in the sun as far as being the it thing and being on television are over, but they'll never be forgotten about. They're like the goats of their thing. And I could see investing in any of that type of stuff having long-term value. That stuff will just never go away. Led Zeppelin will never go away. Every time a new rock band comes out, they're going to say, well, I was influenced by so-and-so, who was influenced by so-and-so, who was influenced by Led Zeppelin. It's always going to have that root along those lines. What's up, Rubber Side Down? What's going on? Let's see. Trigger Finger. Any early leaders on the name of your morning drive show? Did you get a meme message on Twitter? I have looked at some of them, and I laughed at some of them. Some of them are a little long. So it's hard to decide because some of them are really good. I really got to sit down and maybe ask, my wife, daughter, and things like that. Would a trade from Boston and Mavs be possible? So a trade between the two teams? Are we talking about a certain player going from one of those teams to another team? I mean, Boston is going to have Brad Stevens in charge of personnel, I guess, now, and in charge of their team president. Going to have a new head coach. Jaylen Brown and Tatum aren't going anywhere, but they will. I definitely see Boston making some moves. Boston's not going to sit idle. They're going to make some moves, whether it's in free agency or trades. However, the Mavericks are the same type of team. They're not going to sit idle either. Eliminated by the Clippers, 2 years in a row in the kind of like the same scenario. if they don't realize by now that they need another piece, then there's no helping them. If I was Luka, I would want the hell out. I'd be like, what else do I got to do? So, but a trade between those two teams, because both of those two teams are on the cusp of being contenders again. So it's like, do they really want to move on from a lot of their key pieces, and disrupt the chemistry and the success? Because both of those teams have been successful. They both were in the playoffs, and they both have young talent. So if you're thinking of like a Tatum-Luka scenario, that's not going to happen. So Austin saying thanks for the feedback. Austin, did you have a question that maybe I missed it? If I missed a question from you, always feel free to put it back in the comments. Sometimes the comments skip ahead. I fall behind. Yeah, Kemba will be moved. If he's not, I'll be super surprised. I mean, Peyton Pritchard can run the point there. I mean, he may not be as good as Kemba, but we never know. I mean, he's played well in situations. Marcus Smart, they could possibly move on from Marcus Smart, although he's a really, really good defender, and he's kind of clutch. But I don't know. They may be pieces that they would have to trade for another player. Yeah, Kawhi opt-out is a possibility. We've talked about this. If they would have lost that series to the Mavericks, it would have been an instant. They would be talking about opt-out right now. However, if the Clippers push to the finals, which they could do, I mean, matchup nightmare now for these other teams that are in there. The Clippers are. Those other teams really needed to see Dallas move forward. The Sun, regardless of who it's going to be, the Suns, the Nuggets, or the Jazz. None of them want the Clippers, I don't think. So Joel says it's funny. Giannis going home and his team is a mess. They give Giannis a lot of money to stay. I didn't think that he should have took that contract and locked himself in like that, but they could move it. They could trade him. I think the Heat. Okay, so let's go ahead and open this up. Guys, I also got to grab my phone real quick. Hold on, I'm going to step away from the camera, but I'm not going anywhere. So give me a second. All right, I'm back. Just like that. Anyway, I got an auction ending soon, and I want to see if I want to bid on it or not. Okay, this auction ends in 12 minutes. Let's see. I need somebody in the comments to make me not forget. Remind me in 10 minutes that I have an auction that I'm watching. Let's go ahead and open this. This thing, I probably need scissors. But anyway, let's see here. Do I got any? What is the shit? Pardon my language. Guys, we're at like 45 likes. We're not even at 50. I got 103 people watching. That's hurt, man. I could have came home from work and went to bed. I'm getting up early in the morning. And it's in a priority box. Who's going to remind me? Okay, Eric, you're going to remind me in 10 minutes? Trigger that he told Neo to, I don't think Giannis is junk. I mean, he's not enough. I mean, it's the same with Luka. Like, we're not saying Luka is junk. What we're saying when we talk about Luka is he needs help. So why can't we say that about Giannis? There's going to be a whole bunch. Let's see. Joe, you said Giannis fails every year. There's only one champion. There's only one champion every year. So does that mean that everyone fails except for the champions? I mean, you could apply that to Jimmy Butler if you wanted to. All right, anyway, I got the card out, and I'm ready to feel the hate in the comments because you guys are going to be like, why are you buying his card still? But anyway, it's another Tyler Hero card, but this is a Concourse Silver. This is not a base. And what I talked about earlier is I still think that there's good value in liquid parallels. Silvers are always liquid, and for under $100, I got this right around the $90 mark. I just feel like it doesn't matter what I think of the player. It doesn't matter. When I buy something, I don't say, hey, what do I think of the player? How good do I think he's going to be? Because especially if I want to sell it. More importantly, I got to say, what is a seller, or I mean, what is a buyer going to think of this player? And I do believe that there's enough people out there that if he either gets traded, if the Heat blow that team up and he's a trade piece, or just hype going into next year, I don't see where there's no way I can't move this card for 150, 175, possibly $200. So to buy it now at $90, when grading fees are where they're at, and you're going to have less and less of this stuff getting graded, which means when there's some hype, there's going to be less of it for sale. For $90, I will take that gamble, every day of the week, twice on Sunday. And, if I sell it for 150, I sell it for 150. If it pushes 200, awesome. I double my money. But I just believe there's too much potential on this card at $90. Just me putting that out there right there. But yeah. Kyle says, yeah, emotions. Yeah, a lot of times when you buy a card, you got to think of what it's going to cause a seller to buy this card. Not as opposed to, like, I could think that Tyler Hero is going to be great in the future, but if 80% of the buyers out there don't think that, he's going to be a tough sell. But I believe that more buyers, I believe there's going to still be a buyer base for him. Jimmy Butler made it to the finals with the Heat, and Giannis hasn't. Well, he's on the Bucks. He can't make it to the finals with the Heat. Maybe next year if they trade for him, though. I'm just kidding. I know what you mean. Here's the thing. If the Heat blow that team up and they trade for Giannis, or if Giannis, and I know you're a Heat fan, Joel. I know you're a Heat fan because we talk about Tyler Hero and stuff a lot. But I just want to lay this scenario out there. Yeah, there was big talk of Giannis going to the Heat last season. And I'm pretty sure if you were a Heat fan, you were not opposed to it. I wouldn't be. I mean, if they said he was going to go to the Celtics, I wouldn't be opposed to it. So, the same people, or a lot of people that sit around and call him bad and a failure and things like that, would probably more than likely be cheering him and being happy if he was on their team. And I own 0 Giannis cards. I've sold them, so I'm not invested in him or nothing. So, and I don't plan on buying any Giannis stuff either. I don't think he's a good buy right now. But just speaking from strictly a sports and a fan standpoint, there's even players. It's happened with me. There's players that I don't like necessarily, but if they played for my other team, I wouldn't be complaining. I'd be like, oh, okay, shoes on the other foot. Let's see what Nick says. Steve, what would I do with Brady's? Have his least desired rookie. Love the card, but it comps at $80. I would only have $30 profit. Do you just hold for a while? I'd probably hold for a while. There's no hurt in holding Brady. Is it like the dual card, or maybe you can use it right now? Brady is a pickup for me. Like, I'm looking at some deals on some Brady's. All right, we got a reminder here. 5 minutes left. This card's been bid up to $710. How much money do I want to spend? How much money do I want to spend? I'm going to a show on Sunday. Let's see. I think I'll go 900. I think I'll go 900. You guys think I win this card at 900? I'm not going to tell you what I'm bidding on. Wrestling cards seem to be up. Thoughts on vintage wrestling? Again, the vintage wrestling, it goes back to if you see something rare, buy it, because everything is supply and demand based, and there's not a supply of old wrestling. So there doesn't need to be a huge demand. It doesn't take a huge demand when there's a super low supply. That's what you're seeing with F1 right now. F1 is expensive because there's not a lot of supply. And the demand really isn't super high. It's just that there's not a lot of supply of it. Once Panini starts pumping it out, they'll ruin it. They'll overpopulate it, and then there'll be way more supply than there is demand, and F1 stuff will come down. But with wrestling cards and the older stuff that's already been printed, it can't be printed out anymore. And who would have thought that 1982 Wrestling All-Star cards would hold value like the Hulk Hogan's? I mean, I think they were issued in like a frozen pizza or something that you send in a proof of purchases or something. Is that how they were issued? I don't even know if they were issued in packs. So that stuff in good condition is, there's enough wrestling fans out there to where the supply is higher than the demand. So it keeps that stuff up there. And when you're looking at wrestling cards, when it comes to Hulk Hogan, he's got like one rookie card maybe. It's not like Zion, who has like probably 1,000 different ones when you count in all the different stuff in there easily. Oh, Michael Merlin Peck been selling the heck out of wrestling cards. I watched a video that Merle's World's Cards did, and it sounded like he had some wrestling stuff in his showcases also. Man, I was watching that video, and I was all like, man, I wish I could get my face into that showcase and see what some of that stuff that was in there, because that's the kind of stuff that I like. And at the Dallas show, I couldn't find any neat stuff. I found a couple Marilyn Monroe cards from the 1950s that were cut out from like tobacco boxes or something, or gum packs. But I couldn't find any of that really awesome stuff in Dallas. It was all high-end basketball and some football. Good cards, but I really like those. I call them nuggets because they could be crap, or they could turn into gold. But it's like finding treasure. Nuggets. What the hell? All right, so this auction, it's got 2 minutes left. Yeah, Hogan. You know what? A Hogan rookie I might pick up. Okay, I just made an awesome Star Wars pickup. It's only graded in a 6, but the pop is only 3. The pop is 1, and there's only 3 graded higher. So there's only 4, or there's only 3 better than the one that I bought. I'm not going to tell you what it is. It is super epic. It may not have been worth what I paid for it, and I paid like $100 for it, but I don't care. It's a card that I just want. I saw the picture on the sticker, and I was like, man, I got to have that. Yeah, the Rock Panini sticker, but the Rock Panini sticker though, that's like already super expensive. The secret's out on that. I like looking for stuff where the secret's not out, because once the secret's out, it's too late. I don't know how high I'm willing to bid on this card. It is a modern basketball card, you know what I mean? So this is tough. There's no comps because it's serial numbered. So I don't even know how high to go on this. You saw an Andre the Giant rookie? I have. It's weird wondering what Andre's rookie is, because there's some stuff that was out before the 82 All-Stars. But by default, like the 82 Wrestling All-Stars kind of becomes everybody's rookie, kind of like 86 Fleer basketball. Anybody who was not on a card, 81 or prior, for 82, 83, 84, 85, like their rookies all fall on 86 Fleer. Guys, we're at the 30-second countdown. It hasn't gotten another bid. It's at $710. Let's place a bid. Oh, my bid is already outbid. Let's place another bid. Oh, it's already outbid. 15 seconds left. It's getting up there. Man, I put in $910 and it's automatically already outbid. 29.90. Oh, I'm outbid at 1,000. I lost, guys. 1,000 didn't get it done. It might have ended right at 1,000. Oh, it ended at 11.25. I am not willing to pay that much at the moment for a modern basketball card. But, hey, I give it some effort. It was if you're wondering, and my camera might not be able to pick it up, a Ja Morant Select White Prism PSA 10 numbered out of 149. White Prism Ja Morant. 11.25. I lost. Hey, I won $1,000 though. What the hell? Oh well, it's just the way that it is. Oh well, where are we at? Oh no, Joel. Hogan has some Topps cards, I believe, in 1985, but he has a 1982 Wrestling All Stars card. It's yellow. The Ric Flair is the blue card, also from like the same. Set. It's got a lot of wrestlers in it, like Jerry Lawler and a lot of stuff in it. Yeah, I'm not mad. Yeah, I'm not mad, Tampa. That's what I did. I said I would go to a certain price, and that was it. I don't get caught up in the impulse of trying to win an auction and overpaying, and then at the end being like, "Damn, I shouldn't have hit the button one more time." This got to be disciplined. I figure out if I want a nice Ja Morant card, I'll probably be able to find one at the show and probably be able to negotiate it down a little bit better. But I do think for the right price, some decent Ja Morant cards aren't bad. And I've never been a proponent of Ja Morant. I've always been bigger on Zion. I still am. But I do believe that Morant has showed us enough at this point, especially with his playoff performance, that he can be a superstar in the league. Staying healthy. I mean, I don't know if he needs to put on a little weight or not. Am I still considering YouTube card auctions? I would love to do it, but I don't want to be the only person on the panel doing it. I know that Pittsburgh does it, and I watched some of his auctions, but he does it on Sunday, and I always have to work. Like, if I didn't have to work, I would just go on his auctions and put stuff up. I have lots of random stuff, slabs, raw cards, all kinds of different things that I could sell, that I'd be willing to sell for really good prices and that collectors would like. There's just stuff that I can move off of that either I don't care if I'm taking a loss on it, or I was in so early that I'm not taking a loss on it, you know? So Matt's giving the lowdown on the Hulk Hogan, the yellow one, blue. Yellow seems to go for more. Yeah. They were Series A, B, and C, pack of cards in a clear cellar plastic wrap. But weren't they issued from like a frozen food company, Michael Ham? I'm not 100% sure. I haven't done a lot of research on it. But for some reason, I was thinking they were issued from like either frozen food or frozen pizza or something. But they came in the cello pack within the actual food. You know what I mean? Like getting a Cracker Jack card or getting a prize in the bottom of a cereal box. The good old days. Trigger, he will sell his tray-based auction now, starting at $60 for a Prism and $15 for hoops. Are these graded? Are they raw? Are they slab? What are the grades on them? You can't. And is it base Prism? $60 for the base Prism. Is it raw or is it graded? Come on, man. We got to know the descriptions. eBay would not let you list like this. Josh, I work in the table games department. I'm a step above a pit boss, which a lot of people don't know the title. It's called a senior supervisor is what I do, but it's above a pit boss. So, everybody knows what a pit boss is because you see it on television, but it's a term that's not really used today modernly. It kind of is, but it's kind of an old school term. And then, when I think of pit boss, I think of barbecue now, but, And I also instruct sometimes. I do dice classes. I teach people how to deal craps and stuff like that. The fun stuff, the fun stuff. Jason says, spend that money. I didn't get to. I've tried to spend money. I've tried to buy a card today. I almost said what it was. I tried to buy a card today, and I was declined on eBay and declined on My Slabs, and nobody wants to negotiate. And I just tried to buy a card on eBay, and it went higher than what it should have went for, in my opinion. Somebody overpaid, but I'll cut you some slack, Trigger. I'll cut you some slack. Charles says, hit up Vegas one of these days. I might, just because there's stuff out that way that I would like to do other than just be in Vegas. I'd like to go to, I think Lake Tahoe's out that way. Wouldn't mind going out there, but this is funny. I'm in the casino industry. I've never been to Vegas. Just never have been there. And, does Kenobi have a 77 Wonder Bread? Let me check. I tell you guys right now, I think I talked about this already. I think I talked about it on my drive home. The Star Wars stuff right now, I'm looking at and I'm buying. I know everybody's talking about the sports card market and where do we go from here. And look, I stuck my hand into my slab box over here. It's packed with stuff. And look what I pulled out, Trigger Finger, the card that just happened to come out without me even looking. It's your boy, Lando. But let's see. But the Star Wars Wonder Bread stuff, the prices now are down. So the Luke Skywalker, okay, and if you're investing in the Star Wars stuff, just consider Luke Skywalker the GOAT, okay? Now, he's not necessarily the best Jedi ever. To me, that's Yoda. But he's the GOAT when it comes to collecting. So if you really want to go out and invest in something that you think is going to have big-time future potential and longer-term value, all Star Wars stuff is going to have that, but Luke is the one you want to chase. However, if you're going to have TV shows coming up like the Obi-Wan show and stuff, you're going to be able to capitalize on a window of hype, with that show. And then when that show goes away, Obi-Wan stuff will die off to everyone except for the Star Wars collectors. So, but Luke will always have appeal because you could say Luke Skywalker, his name's in songs and stuff. I mean, you can say Luke Skywalker to somebody who's doesn't know anything about Star Wars, but they will probably at least know the name. They might not be able to tell you anything about him, but they'll at least be like, oh, I heard that name before, whether it was in a song or in another movie or on a commercial or something. Here's some Wonder Breads that I have. The Luke, this is the one I'm talking about. Now, the Luke, I've sold two of these. Oh, this was a while back. Okay, this is after he made an appearance on The Mandalorian. I don't want to spoil it. Okay, if you haven't seen it by now, it's not my fault. But again, this card shot up to. I sold one for $1,500 and one for $1,300 in a PSA 9. I bought three of them in a lot for $1,200. So I paid $400 a piece for these. And then when they got hot, I sold one for $1,500 and one for $1,300, and I kept one. This is the one I still kept. Hindsight being 2020, I should have sold all three of them while they're hot because now this card can be bought below $400 again, right around $350. I've been watching auctions of them go off at $350, but $350 is the basement, and we know what the potential of this card is. We know that it's seen $1,500 before. We know the basement is around this $350 mark. So right now, I think it's just a safe investment or a safe purchase because Star Wars is never going away. If anything, it's going to be more popular than it's ever been because Disney owns it now. So at $300 to $350, if you can snag a couple of those Luke cards, tuck them away, it might be 6 months to a year, but I do believe they'll do nothing but just gain value, whether it's just passively over time or if it's something that hypes them back up to where you can sell them. And, I don't think it'll take a whole lot for that to be a $600 card. which means then you're just doubling your money. So, rather you're looking to double, triple. That's just my thoughts on that. I've been going into the Star Wars stuff. I don't talk about it in my videos or live streams that much because I don't want to be like everybody's going to buy Star Wars stuff because I said that I was doing it, because that's not the way that it works. I'm wrong too. I just said I took a loss on an Anthony Davis card. But to me, it just makes a little bit of sense. Someone else says that. I don't want to sound like them. Sasha says it just makes sense, but I don't. That's what he says. What's up, Ziggy? How you doing, man? Ziggy, are you going to make it out to Philly? I know you are not super duper far, but a little far. But Ryan is the GOAT for pitchers. Nolan Ryan. Disney is going down the shitter, way too much garbage surrounding them. I don't know. I mean, they might put out some garbage, but the fact that they own Star Wars, look at how popular the Star Wars stuff is. They'll milk the crap out of it. They'll water it down, but they'll introduce it to even more and more and more people. Now, the modern Star Wars stuff, I don't know a whole bunch about. Like I said, when the modern stuff is out, I'm buying the older stuff. Because if everybody's on the modern, just like with UFC, if everybody's on the modern, then they're driving the modern up, and they're not paying attention to the older stuff. So like with Star Wars, if everybody's buying the new Topps Chrome and things like that, and they're buying the Star Wars, trying to get the autographs out of the packs and stuff, they're driving the price of that up. So I don't want to buy what everybody else is driving the price up on. So here's this. Sean says, modern Topps Living Baby Yoda is the card to have. What makes that card popular? I'm not saying it shouldn't be popular, but ask yourself this question. If you were looking to buy something, what makes that card popular? Because that's not Baby Yoda. He's just the same race as Yoda, but and he's got his own name. It's like Grogu or something like that. I think if I'm pronouncing it right, it's Grogu. But anyway, he's not Baby Yoda. He just looks like a Baby Yoda. If they would have made him any other species / race or alien or whatever, even if they came up with a new complete alien and just made, okay, the child is this type of alien, it wouldn't have had nearly the impact that it had if he didn't look like Yoda. So what that tells me is that people should probably be buying Yoda stuff and not Baby Yoda stuff. Okay, now the hype is around Yoda, Baby Yoda stuff, because he was on The Mandalorian, and oh, he's cute, and this thing's like that. But what about 1980 Empire Strikes Back Yoda card, which is his first card? To me, that would be more desirable, because to me, if the fact that everybody's calling this guy Baby Yoda, they don't even call him by his name. They call him Baby Yoda, and he's not a Baby Yoda. He's a baby of the same race that Yoda is. So just think about that from the psyche standpoint. So, yes, I have been looking at Yoda cards. They look just like the Lando card that I pulled out earlier. They're from the same set. Now, they will run you a little bit of money, but you can buy them in low grades because that stuff is older, didn't grade out well. I would much rather put my money in like a 1980 or 81, whatever the year is, Empire Strikes Back Yoda card than a Topps Living Baby Yoda who's not even Yoda, just looks like him. But the only reason he's valuable is because he looks like Yoda. Oh, my goodness. I'm in Philly now, born here, visiting for the summer, live in Vegas, drive down to San Diego, watch a lot of baseball and play golf. Sounds like a good time. I saw a Burger King. The Burger King set has several Yoda and Luke training with Yoda. Yeah. Like, I think there's lots of undervalued stuff in the Star Wars stuff. Like Star Wars 1977 regular set, like #1 Luke, which is Luke's absolute first card. I mean, that stuff is super expensive. But some of the first stickers and the stickers of some of the all the characters together, where you see Leia, Han, Luke, and Chewie all together in a group photo, that kind of stuff I don't think gets the kind of respect that it deserves in the hobby at the moment. Your husband said he misses the mouth stash, Steve. Was that the old logo when I had the, so during a time period of COVID, I let my facial hair just grow out, and I grew in a big old beard. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to shave it. And then I shaved off the chin, and I was like, damn, I kind of look like an outlaw from the Old West. I was like, I'm going to keep this for a while. So I did it. I just had like the big chops coming down into like the Hulk Hogan stash here, and the chin was like naked. It was kind of funny. But what do we got? Let's see. Eric says, that's the sports collector and you wanting Yoda rookies. I feel like some people won't even be concerned with something that isn't Baby Yoda, but for sure the play is the rookie. No, people will be concerned with Yoda because he's a huge character in Star Wars. You don't have to be a sport. I'm not even talking about sports collectors. Don't have to be a sports collector. There's a huge fan base for Star Wars and Star Wars collectibles. Huge, huger than you know, and even more diehard and hardcore than a lot of sports fans. I mean, look at the comic books. Star Wars comic books sell for big money. Movie memorabilia sells for big money. The cards sell for big money. And the cards aren't necessarily being bought by sports card collectors. They're being bought by Star Wars collectors. I mean, that's you got to view it. You got to view the big picture if you're trying to say, hey, I can profit off this. How many different markets does it touch? The more markets that something touches, the better chance you have of selling and having a bigger demand on something. You know, if someone only collects football cards, then the football cards you buy are only going to appeal to that football card collector or the favorite team or whatever. Willow Grove. You guys are talking about somewhere. I got a Lando question coming in. It's looking like that because it's long. If your wife needed to be out of town for a very important card show, my wife, and you needed someone to supervise your daughter's 21st birthday party, whoops. That's how quickly the comments go by. Expecting 70 guests at your house while you were gone, who would you want to supervise the party and why? Rob Gronkowski, Lando Calrissian, Dennis Rodman, or Lenny Dykstra? So this is probably going to be process of elimination here. Man, who would I want? Well, see, my daughter's a Patriots fan. She loves Rob Gronkowski. Yeah, I guess I'm going to go with Rob Gronkowski. He's a partier and all that, but I don't think he's on the level of some of these other guys down here. And it would seem like it was a birthday gift. Hey, I invited Gronk to your party. Woo! You're the best dad ever. Like Charles says, Marvel and Star Wars people, true collectors, like a cult. That's true. That's true. And Disney collectors now, too, when you talk about that. And Disney has Marvel and Star Wars. Oh, gotcha, Eric. Gotcha, Eric, with the Baby Yoda stuff. Gotcha. Ziggy's choosing Lando. He is old. You would trust him more than Gronk, Rodman, or Lenny? Well, if you're talking about Lando as in the actor, Billy D. Williams, or Lando, the actual character from Star Wars, like Billy D. Williams in character, I don't know. I don't know about that. Is Tatis going to be the face of Major League Baseball? Not as long as Mike Trout is still playing. He's probably going to appeal to the younger players a lot more and things like that because he's very exciting and all that. But as far as, probably marketing and, somebody that the league would want to represent them, even though Mike Trout's really quiet, I still think it's probably Trout just because, he's been around longer. When Trout is gone, who knows? It could be Tatis, but by that time, is Tatis, how long is Tatis going to be relevant? Is he going to have a long career and be great? Looks like it, but I'm kind of not super on Tatis because I feel like Tatis is nicked up a lot, always has nagging injuries. Now, not injuries that like derail his career, but I mean just injuries that always nag and come up because he plays so hard. It's just going to happen. Gronk would trash my house. I would be able to send him the bill. I couldn't send Lando the bill. Couldn't send Lenny Dykstra the bill. He probably wouldn't be able to pay it. Have I ever considered collecting video games? Now, not video games directly, as in, first Nintendos, things like that. But certain games I have looked at, like Jordan versus Bird from Sega, John Elway's Quarterback from Nintendo, things that actually have the sports player on the game. Because I believe it, not only is it collectible as a video game, but it's also collectible because said player is represented on the cartridge or on the box or something like that. One big one that I was really looking at, I think it was called Fast Break Basketball. I don't really remember the game that much, but it was Magic Johnson was the person. It was Magic Johnson Fast Break Basketball for Nintendo. And he actually signed a certain amount of those cartridges. There's some autographs out there where he signed the cartridges, and some of them were even numbered. Like I think I saw one that was hand numbered to 32 or something like that. Might have been hand numbered to more. It might have been number 32. I can't remember. But I've seen him out there, and it's a cool cartridge. It's gray, old Nintendo cartridge. Got the label. You see Magic Johnson on it, and then he autographed the actual cartridges in like paint pen. I think that's a cool one. I think that's just a sneaky type investment. You get it for a couple $100 or 125 bucks. I mean, it's a Magic Johnson auto. He's not going to be around forever. Is that game over yet, guys? It was Jokic time. So is Denver about to play? Yeah, Nintendo's putting out the stuff with the Mike Tyson autos, I believe, but I think it's just something they're putting out, and then he's signing it as opposed to having an original cartridge that he signed. Like it's like when you take a card, to a card show. If I was to take this Kawhi to a card show and have Kawhi sign it and get a certificate of authenticity with it, it wouldn't hold the kind of value as if it was a Kawhi card that I pulled out of a pack. For some reason, the pack pulled autos are more desirable than stuff that's acquired in person, even if it's a legitimate autograph, with a high profile authenticator. Sean says the Nets smoked, and what was the final? I don't know. It looks like I'm down to the bottom of the comments, guys. We're only about an hour in. Maybe you guys are watching the game. Maybe not. Did we hit? Let's see. We get to 100 likes so I can give out a Bowman baseball pack. Maybe not. Not even close. We're at 68 with a dislike. Somebody dislike. That's okay. Not everybody can think the same. But we'll open a Bowman jumbo pack, or I'll just send it to somebody, or I'll open it for you here on the camera. We get to 100 subscribers. I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to ask a couple questions and give a couple things away because it's fun. Bucks won by 39. Holy crap. Nets. So business 124, the business rookie card PSA, the Marino rookie card PSA 10. It's not my top target for Philly. I watched one end on eBay. I think it might have went. Right now they're going for about 5,000. I don't know if I want to tie up because that's going to be tied up. If I buy a Marino PSA 10 right now, That's going to be tied up. That's a card that $5,000 would go into. It would go into the box. It would be PC. And it would take a long time for a card like that to probably gain some value. So that's $5,000 worth of money that I would have tied up. I don't mind having $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 tied up right now, but it has to be tied up in stuff that I think I can move at the National. So, because I plan on having a lot of money for the National, I'm probably taking $5,000 and some cards with me to Philly, just because I don't know how much high-end stuff will be in Philly. But have kind of undecided. But I just need to have liquid stuff at the moment. Now, some stuff, like I bought something yesterday for $100. It's not liquid. It's for the PC, but it was only $100. It was $99. So I don't mind that. But having $100 tied up and having $5,000 tied up is two different scenarios. Are we making some deals here in the chat? Lutz Z, what's up? Steve, give me 3 NFL 2020 rookies for in their second year. Sell one, hold one, buy one, please. I would if I had them. So you're talking. So if you're holding, that means if you're holding or selling, that means you already have them, correct? If I was selling right now, I'd be selling Justin Herbert. You guys might butcher me in the comments, but I saw tons and tons of Herbert, so much Herbert stuff at Dallas. He's buying and trading fairly liquid right now, which means now is your opportunity to move him. Because if something happens, you're going to be stuck. And I don't think the Chargers are going to be a very good team. So what can he do in his second year besides put up monster stats? He's already put up monster stats. That's already baked into his cards. Now he needs to win. If he's not going to win, his cards are going to go down. So to me, if I was holding or if I had a handful of Justin Herberts, I would sell. This is all price point based, though, depending on what you came in at. If you can make money off of Herbert right now, I would sell. I would hold Tua just because he's kind of low right now. I'm not saying go out and buy him, but if you have him, hold him because we don't know what to expect out of Miami. And if you sell him right now, you're probably not going to get necessarily what I think his cards could potentially be worth. And as a buy, if you really want to come in cheap and look for a bargain, I'm going to look at Jacob Eason, backup quarterback for the Colts. So it's going to be really dirt cheap. So the gamble is going to be really low risk, high reward. If he becomes the starter, we know Carson Wentz gets banged up. That team is set to go regardless of who's under center, as long as the quarterback's feasible. Offensive line is awesome. Running game is good. Lots of weapons, solid defense, a division that's winnable. So Jacob Eason as a backup to Carson Wentz could have some potential based on current price point. See, Josh, this is where me and you, I guess, we differ. Like, I'm definitely not like Herbert right now. If you can make money on Herbert, I mean, Herbert's high right now. I mean, what's going to make somebody want to buy Herbert other than what he's already done? I mean, what else is going to drive his cards? He's expensive. You got to sell you got to sell when somebody's moving and you're getting top dollar. That's when you got to sell. Cause when you hold, I mean, yeah, you could hold and maybe make a little bit more money, but the chances of you losing are more likely than they are of you actually getting more out of it. And if you're selling Tua right now, you're selling in a down market on his cards. I mean, I'm not talking from a player. I think Herbert is the best player out of these three that you're talking about. So I'm not comparing the players and saying, okay, sell Herbert because he's bad, buy Tua because he's going to be awesome. What I'm saying is I'm looking at these players in the current state of the market and saying, based on the current state of the market, how their cards are moving and what you can get for them at the moment, your best bet is to sell Herbert at the moment. Hold your Tuas because if you sell now, you're probably losing. And Burrow, I didn't even bring up. That's the where I'm coming from with that. I'm not saying Tua is going to be an all-pro and lead Miami to the, AFC East title or anything like that. And I think Herbert's going to have a good year. I don't think the Chiefs are going to do, the Chargers are going to do a whole lot, though. I really don't know on Stafford cards. I just feel like the Rams are a good team. Just depends on where you can buy in. I mean, what is Stafford's, if Stafford was to retire in 3 years, where do you see his cards sitting at? Where do you see his legacy? I mean, ask yourself that question. Is he going to win a Super Bowl within the next 3 years? He could. Probably a bit of a longer shot than some. And if he was to retire, what does he have? Is he another Phillip Rivers? A great quarterback that might make, if Rivers, I'm sure, is going to go to the Hall of Fame. He might have already been announced. I'm not sure, but, he's got 4-year wait. But, I mean, that's where you got to put Stafford. Think of him along the lines of good quarterbacks that have put up good numbers but haven't done a whole lot else as far as writing a legacy for their career. Han Soto. Pitchers are so undervalued because they're so inconsistent. Like, you can have a Cy Young winner go out and win close to 20 games one season and then come out the next season and, win 5 games. That's why. I mean, some pitchers are consistent, and usually by the end of the career, if they've had long, consistent careers, they finally get respect. I mean, look how long it took Clayton Kershaw cards to see much value in the market. But it's always been like that. It's always been inconsistency with pitchers. How you can go from being a superstar pitcher to not being such a good pitcher just within the matter of a year or two. I mean, look at guys like Jake Arrieta. That reminds me, because I'm an Orioles fan. He was a prospect, didn't develop in the Orioles organization, went to the Cubs. They tweaked his mechanics. He won 20 games, I think. He was awesome. Everybody thought, and then the next 2 seasons, he just kind of fizzled out into an average pitcher. Tannehill rookies, if you have them, you might want to move them, but I wouldn't buy them. It's the worst time to buy them right now. The best time to bought them was, or to have them was 2 days ago. If you're buying now, you're buying late. You're buying at inflated prices because of the Julio Jones deal. I would rather sell. If I had them, I would sell them off while everybody was buying at peaks. Trevor said, let's get the 100. Let's get the 100. I don't know where we're at. I don't even know. Let's see here. Don't let me down. We're at 85. We're at 85. Looks like I got a message. Looks like did I miss a comment from Ziggy that's highlighted towards me? It's not highlighted on my computer, but I just saw it highlighted on my chat here. Maybe it hasn't popped up yet. Ziggy says he's selling Tannehill. Oh, there it is. Selling Tannehill. I don't have my. So Ziggy's selling his Tannehill. Do I still have my contenders of him? I do not. I sold those off, and I finally sold off the last one just because the timing was right. And because the market is kind of down as a whole, even with the hype that Tannehill has on him right now, I still think I made more money selling when I did sell. I sold at the peak of the market from sports card in general, as well as there was a hype on Tannehill the night that I sold my last one. So yeah. I mean, I have some raw Tannehill stuff, like some Topps Chromes. I actually have a 2012 Prism out there, but it's raw stuff. I don't know how that stuff is moving. I don't like to sell raw cards on eBay. Raw cards, in my opinion, are for getting graded or for giving away. Just because there's a lot of hassle. Josh says he's old. How does he You just hit the thumbs up button. It's just a thumbs up. No like button. Hey, I'm just like you, man. I'm old and I don't know how to set up stuff. And Who Dad Comics, what's going on, man? Any comic book auctions tonight? What's hot over there? What's selling hot in the comic book world? I've been off the comics for like a week, just temporarily, because I have a nice little raw stash going that I need to get graded. I have a comic book. So Who Dat, if you're still in the chat, I have a comic book actually that's ending on auction tonight on eBay. This Amazing Spider-Man 361 first print, 9.8 white pages. That's ending. It's already been bid up to way over what I paid for it, so this may get a little bit hotter with the movie still approaching, but the trailer dropped, and so, like I said with the cards, man, sell when it's hot. If I want this book back later, I'll probably be able to get it back. I'll probably be able to get it cheaper. So, flipping comic books. But yeah, I think I got in on that book probably half of what I'm going to get for it. I think I got in on that book around 600, and my auction is up to about 1,100 right now. So that's going to be a nice little comic book flip. Disco. What's up, Disco? You think there's too many Herbert cards? And with the division he is in, would like to buy a nice patch auto. There's not just Herbert. The last year's rookie class or 2020 rookie class is massively produced, and it's really hard to even say what to go after. You usually would say, hey, if you want something nice and you want to pay a little bit less and you want to avoid, pop reports, go for Select, but Select has been printed into the ground. I can just tell when I go on eBay and look to buy raw cards how much Select there is. I haven't busted any of it at all. I haven't bought any. I haven't bought a single. But I go on eBay and I type in Tua or I type in Herbert, and just the amount of listings that I see is enough to scare me away from that product. So, I mean, in football, and when we're talking base cards in football, the pop reports aren't nowhere nearly as high as they are in basketball. When you look at Kyler Murray prisms and, Josh Allen prisms and Baker Mayfield prisms and, even base, there will still be enough demand for the supply when it comes to football. So you can't really compare it to basketball. That's why the football market isn't tanking as bad as the basketball market is right now, because even base cards still have a reasonable supply. It's not like they're crazy. So with football, people can still afford to buy base cards. And they still hold some kind of relevance because there's not tons and tons and tons of them in the pop report. Yeah, Ziggy, Panini destroyed Select. I'm hoping that maybe they come out with another hobby-only product that's high-end, because, the way that they printed Select makes me want to buy Prism, and people don't even really want to buy Prism. Like, you didn't want to buy Prism. You didn't used to want to buy Prism, and now you're almost being forced back into it because the way that they printed the Select. And even Optic, I mean, there's so much color out there. The color isn't almost, big deal now. You pull a hollow, oh, big deal. You pull a silver, big deal. You pull a die cut green, big deal. Wow, they're just everywhere. Lee says, when did Select get overproduced? A couple of years ago, Select was lower prop. It was this year. Because they made it retail, Lee. Select was always just a hobby-only product, and they made it retail, and they started putting it in the Targets and the Walmarts and the chains and things like that, and they printed it into the ground. And, with more and more mass production comes less and less quality control. So the quality of the product, I don't think, is as good as it was either. Like, you used to be able to buy nice Select cards with confidence in a raw state because they had nice quality control on them. They were less printed. Now they're massively printed. The quality control has gone down. And, you know, what determines what select card you want now? There's so many different variations. What is the one that the collectors are going to chase? Unless you're a collector and you want every single one. But even after you have one of each, then what becomes the rookie card that everybody wants? It's just so watered down. So watered down. They're talking about fish moves. Ask Steve what a fish is. I know I'm a good fisherman, man. Like, you're talking about like real fish. Now, I'm probably not as a good fisher as Michael Hamm, but I can catch a fish. I'll show you a picture. Every time I go traveling, and I like to go to like Europe and things like that, I try to fish. I try to fish wherever I go. Sometimes it's hard, but if I can set up a fishing trip, whether it be in Italy or Iceland or wherever I'm visiting, I try to. My last one was in Iceland. I took a fishing trip out of Reykjavik. Let's see here. There it is. There's my picture. I don't know if it'll show up on the camera. See my vest and my winter hat? I'm on a boat in Iceland. I caught this big cod. I'm all bundled up because it was cold. Deadliest catch. And then, and this is probably a baby fish in comparison to what Mike will be catching, but where's this one at? I used to have this picture on speed dial because I used to show this bad boy off all the time. This was in the Bahamas. I caught this mahi. You kind of might be able to see that one on the camera. But I caught this mahi trolling in the Bahamas out of Freehold. I'm not Freehold. Is that what it's called? Out of yeah, can't remember the port. It was Port Lakaya was the port. You're just guessing here, but you want to. Oh, but I want to see. I've seen PSA 8s go for close to 2K or more, but I get half that in the current holder. Does the card look like an 8 to you? Which card are we talking about, guys? Sorry, I got a little sidetracked on the fishing. But where's what card are we talking about now, guys? Help me out. So Andy says, do I have them cooked on site? The mahi that I caught, I actually let the captain of the boat keep it. The cod that I caught was cooked on site because the captain of the boat, all the catch of the day that everybody caught, because it was a fishing boat with like 10 people on it. When we got back to the harbor, he pulled out like a big griddle on the boat. He cooked it all up for everybody fresh right there. Do you crack into your blasters or hold them? What are they blasters of? Oh, Walter Payton rookie. Was it in a PSA 8? What was it in? Oh, we're at 100 likes on the nose, guys. So here what we're going to do is we're going to ask a question. Let's see. This is going to, okay, some of you guys are going to know this answer and some of you guys aren't. But you're going to have to be quick on the type. And it's going to be the first person that answers on my screen. Whoever pops up first on my screen. It may look different on yours. Whoever pops up first on mine. And we're going to do a Bowman baseball pack from 2020. And let's see what else I can throw in just in case your pack is a dud. Forgot a raw card to throw in here. Actually, I'll wait to see who the winner is, and you can tell me what sport you want. And Michael Ham, I still do have something coming to you. And I'll throw in one of these not so valuable Flippin' Steve stickers. So here we go with the question. All right, now this is going to eliminate some people right off the jump because this comes from yesterday's live stream when I was driving home yesterday. I was talking about the Luka Prism, guys. What was my over-under number that I gave? I said Luka Prism will either be worth more or less than this in a week. What was my price, my over-under number that I gave you guys to guess at? The first one I see right here, Jason B comes in, 675. That is correct. 675 was the number that I said, hey, guys, do you think the Luka in a week will be below or above 675? Jason B was super quick on that. And man, he must have had a bot because like a bazillion answers came in so fast after that. All right, so Jason, I got the Bowman pack here, which I can send to you or open for you and let you see. I'll send you a sticker. And actually, I'll send you a couple stickers. You can give them to somebody if you want. Or you can use them as a dartboard. And what's your favorite sport? I'll give you a raw card of another sport. I love podcasts at $1,200. Big dollars on the Luka. No, Ziggy, it was not 650. It was 675 because I wanted to give a number between 650 and 700 because it was an over-under as opposed to an exact guess. So you say football and Colts fan. Football, Colts fan. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to have to dig here. Football. We're looking for Colts. We're looking for football. I got Soundgarden. That's one thing I got. You all didn't know. Let's do. I know I got a Colts card in here. That's halfway decent. Let's try not to take up all this time looking for it, though. Oh, man. Watch it be down the whole other side of the box. I thought it was right up to the front of this box. I think I looked at this card. There it is. Here we go. Colts card. I'll be sending you this, too. This is a Mosaic Orange Reactive Jacob Eason, a player we just talked about. So, Orange Reactive, Mosaic, Jacob Eason. Bowman pack, good luck with that. I hope you pull an auto or something, unless you want me to open it for you right now. A couple stickers. That is going to Jason B. I need you to hit me on Instagram if you can, and give me your mailing information. What's up, Jim? 9634. Always with the Luka questions. I know you love Luka. When do I think Luka Silver Prism PSA 10 is going to reach a low? I don't know how low the silver gets. It will go down, but it is the silver. Luka did not play bad. So when I talk about the base Prism tanking, I believe it's because it's not going to take much. You know, you don't have to lose a whole lot of demand for that card to lose value because there's so much supply. But when you're talking about the silvers, I still believe there'll be enough demand on the silver. It will probably just go down because passively, that's what basketball cards do at this time. And when something like this happens. But as far as reaching big time lows and saying the bottom is going to fall out of that card, I don't think that it will. I could be completely wrong. I wouldn't buy now. I do believe there is room for that card to go down. I don't know what the card sells for. So I can't say, hey, what do I think is a good safe buy-in price? Because I don't know what it sells for right now. I know that it probably sells for more than what I'm willing to pay for it. But, you know, hopefully I kind of touched on your question a little bit, danced around it a little bit. But just that's, you know, my thoughts on what's going to happen with that. Don't worry, guys. We'll do another giveaway. I'm only an hour and a half in. We got 30 minutes before my 2 hours happens. So I'll do something else now. Let's see. But we got to do something. Like we either got to What should I make it? It'll be impossible to get to 150 likes. There's no way I can reach 150 likes at this point in the stream. There's not even that many people watching. Yeah, I'm only at 104, so I'm not going to put that kind of pressure on you guys. So let's say 125. If we get to 125 likes within the next 30 minutes, we'll give away something else. I got more Bowman here. Tons and tons of raw cards. Jason, what did you want me to do? Did you want me to open that? Oops, sorry. See, Nets got crushed. Durant was awesome. Any ideas why the Bucks look so bad? It's probably a combination of the Bucks playing bad and the Nets just being really good. I mean, sometimes another team is just better than another team. I mean, everybody expected this anyway, right? I mean, if the Nets sweep, well, maybe a sweep might be a surprise, but if the Nets advance, is it going to be a surprise? Was there really people out there that were really, really thinking that the Bucks were going to beat the Nets? I mean, if you did, let me know how much money you put on it. Because if you didn't believe it that much, if you didn't put any money on it, then you really didn't believe it in the back of your head. The Nets are just a better team. We all knew that. They've been the talk of the league all year. Who's going to beat the Nets? Who's going to beat the Nets? And then all of a sudden, the Bucks are getting crushed by the Nets, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, what's going on?" Well, the Nets are better. They're just better. They've got like 3 future Hall of Famers playing on there, still playing great. Not even like at the end of their careers where they're like garbage. And Harden might have been hurt; he might not have played, but that just means Durant is going to shoot more, and he's better. Steve or Michael Ham, what Brady's are you guys looking at or wanting? Obviously can't get a rookie, but looking at numbered or color or what? So, I'll tell you a nice – okay, so are you a Bucks fan or you just want any Brady? I mean, Brady's not cheap. If you want to buy any – I typed in Brady /25 last night just to see any listings of Tom Brady that come up numbered out of 25. Stuff's expensive. It's expensive. It's Tom Brady. People want his stuff. He's got a whole new fan base now that he's in Tampa and won a Super Bowl there. If he didn't win a Super Bowl for them, they may not have liked him as much, but he's forever etched in Tampa Bay history now. So a whole new fan base, a whole new group of people clamoring for his cards on top of what he already had. New people coming into the market that want to get into Tom Brady. At this point, it's kind of late unless you're willing to spend money. I would honestly look at low-end rookie cards and PSA 8s. They can be affordable at times, and you really can't go wrong on any rookie. Where the serial numbered stuff, and I don't want to be a hypocrite because I did put out $2,500 worth of trade to acquire a Tom Brady serial number card. I don't know if you saw that one. I can show it to you guys really quickly if you guys didn't see the video or see me show it before. Plus, if I have this card, I might as well show it off a little bit, right? What's the use in having it if I'm not going to show it off some? But anyway, I have the white mosaic PSA 10 numbered out of 25. Now, I got this in 500 cash for $3,000 in trade. So I give up $3,000 worth of cards. I got this in $500. So we valued this at $2,500 when we made that deal. There's no market on it. Maybe you valued it too high, maybe not. The thing is that I'm confident that there will be someone that come along that will be willing to give me more than that for it, even if it's at the National, because somebody will be looking to complete the rainbow on this. I've actually had people message me and say, hey, I am trying to complete the rainbow, but once I get closer, I'm going to hit you up to see if you still have that white, because they don't want to get the white and not be able to complete the rest of the rainbow. But the Genesis sells for about $2,000 to $2,500. There's lots of Genesis on eBay, or quite a few. It doesn't look as good, and it's not numbered. So, I believe the white mosaic is pretty good. Did we ever say what we wanted to do with the Bowman pack, guys? Oh, you want the white Brady badly? I'm going to take it to Philly with me. I'm going to take it off eBay and take it off because I got a price on it on eBay to see if I got any feelers on it, but I'm going to he said rip it. Jason, give me a thumbs up in the chat if you said rip it. I didn't see your comment. I'm sorry. But if you said rip it, I will rip it. Michael Ham, Fishing and Sports. Don't regret it. Would have sold it for 10K or 20K way before a few million. I must have missed you guys talking about a big card. Oh. The recent Brady sale made me sick. Had the opportunity to buy Contenders Auto to 99 for $1,000 in 2013. I had that, like I told the story when I had that card raw way back in 2001, and the card shop wanted $12 for it, and I refused to pay it because they wanted $8 for the rest of their common Contenders autos. I was buying up all the Contender auto rookies from that year that he had in a common bin, and they were all $8 a piece because they were autographs. He was like, they're autographs, they're $8 a piece. And then the Tom Brady was in there, and he was like, that one's $12. And I was like, why? He was like, because he's a quarterback. I said, yeah, but he's a quarterback that'll never play. Why can't I get this one for $8? And he was like, that one's $12. So I was like, well, I'll just buy a couple more for $8 a piece as opposed to buying this one for 12. So stuff happens, man. Happens. I bought a Deandre Hunter card as well last night, flea market mixtape. I think I got a good deal. I will show it on a video. I do actually have 3 or 4 cards coming in, and then I'm going to a card show. So I will do a video on my recent pickups. I started my YouTube videos doing mail days, and I haven't done mail days in a long time. So I'll have something kind of doing recent pickups. Won't be a mail day, but it'll be show pickups and recent buys. The Tyler Hero, which you guys already saw, will be on there. The Silver Concourse. This is only $90. Why not? But did Jason comment? I'm still looking to see if Jason commented on opening or not. Oh, Deandre Hunter, not Ayton. I like Deandre Hunter a lot. I know that's Trey's team. Deandre Hunter, I believe, will be the second option on that team in the future. He was already becoming the second option before he got hurt, and then Collins started playing well. But Hunter's going to be a good player. He's going to be a really good player. Grant said he did at 9:44. I'm at 10:50. There's no way. No way it could have been at 9:44. Maybe 10:44. Maybe you're on a different time zone than me. I'm scrolling back. Okay, I see it right here. 10:44. He says rip it. All right, here we go. Man, I don't have any luck at ripping packs. I'm telling you. So, man. Oh, wait. Here's the pack that I was. No, wait. Here's the pack I was going to send you. I'll put it with your stack. So I was going to open this one. I mean, this is the one that was with your stack. Then I almost opened this one. Then I almost opened this one. So hopefully I picked the right one. I don't have the breaker camera, the breaker mat, or any of that stuff. Man, I got to do this on the camera where you can't even tell what we got. We're upside down. Okay, Tim Anderson. I know that's not good. Whit Merrifield. Christian Yelich. Hopefully you get something worth me sending. I don't know. This is some kind of Luis Robert shiny insert card. What's it say? Spanning the globe. Luis Robert shiny card. Evan White Bowman Scout something shiny card. Christian Patchy. Hey, Jason Dominguez. That's pretty cool. Dominguez. I'll put that over here. I'll sleeve that up. I'll sleeve the other ones up, the shiny ones up too. Hey, pick the right pack. Chris Willamont. If there's somebody in here that's good, let me know. I mean, I know who Luis Robert is, so I know that, and I know Dominguez, and I know Witt, Nate Pearson, Hans Gruber. Hans Gruber. Can anybody tell me who Hans Gruber is? This is a Bowman Chrome. Gunnar Henderson. Bowman Chrome. Owen Miller. I don't know these guys. Bowman Chrome. Tristan Casas. And Bowman Chrome. Forrest Whitley. So we're through the Chromes. Now we're back to the papers. Alex Young. Get 2 cards there. Oh, Alex Young. Nick Solak. Mauricio Dubon. Michael Baez. All right, so there was a Dominguez in there, and there was a Luis Robert shiny insert. If any of those other players are good, let me know. I will still send you all of this stuff, but I'm not going to top loader all of it. I'll top load the good ones. Top load the good ones. Luis Robert going over here with Jason Dominguez. All right. That was fun. Michael Ham says Patchy is okay. Jakes Jackson says Hans Gruber is the villain in Die Hard. That's correct. Hans Gruber. Solak is okay, but it's paper. Yeah. Tony, what's going on? Just getting here. That wasn't Chris Sabo. Chris Sabo was the man. JJ says Hans Gruber was Snape and Harry Potter. Were they the same? Yeah, I think they were. T. Casas. Like everybody's saying all these. Okay, just let me know that it's you, okay? Just tell me, hey, it's Jason B. You know. Rage 508, what's going on, guys? Guys, did we hit 125? If we hit 125 likes, we'll do another giveaway. But I don't know if I can do another pack. I mean, it's not like there was a monster in there, but at least there was a Dominguez in there. We're 5 short, man. We're only at 120, man. Nope, can't do it at 120. This ain't charity. You can't get any basketball cards, got football. I don't have any basketball wax. I ran into some Mosaic at one time. I ran into some Prism football at one time last year as the vendor was there, but I never buy it all. I buy a handful and I'll leave it behind. I know more than likely the person coming in behind me is going to buy the rest of it, but it's a pain in the butt to sell wax. I mean, I could have sold I got a bunch of Bowman baseball packs. I could make money on this stuff, but it was a lot more fun opening that pack for somebody else than it was putting it on eBay and getting $20 for a $12 pack. What's up, Steve Elmore? What's going on, you guys? You guys just picked up a Griffey Jr. for the VT Mariners. Cool snack for your PC. Is that like a minor league there, Shay? Minor league? Ziggy got accounts from all over the place. Fourth account. Man, how do you guys keep up with all these accounts? Man, I have a hard enough time keeping up with myself. Brian, basketball. It was great meeting me and Alan. You have a collectible Flippin' Steve sticker. Unfortunately, didn't serial number one. Yeah, I start writing one of. I can tell you how many were printed. What did I print off? I think I I think I had 200 stickers made, around 200. And then some of them actually got messed up because I got black ink on the front of them. So, because look, what I did was I tried to generically put YouTube on them. So I took a Sharpie and I wrote YouTube on the back so that when people got the stickers, they knew that I had a YouTube channel. And then I put some in my pocket. Well, anyway, the black Sharpie from the backs ruined the faces of a lot of them. So, print errors. That might actually be more valuable. You know, the printed error might be more valuable than the good one someday. Maybe not. Never. Oh, Ziggy, when you get blocked as much as you need to have more accounts. Brian has number 23. So we're at 25. All right, what should I do this time, guys? Should I do another pack of Bowman baseball? Should I do I don't know if this one's any good. This is like Series 2 Tops baseball. Probably not any good. Should I do the Jumbo Pack Series 2 Tops? Another Bowman Jumbo? Or find a random single. Or a random single. It won't be a garbage single. It'll be something halfway decent. Let me know what you guys really want to do. The black ink sticker is the parallel. Love it. Stick with Bowman. He says stick with Bowman. Is it? You know, guys don't think Bowman is more. I don't know. I don't open packs, but like you said, like the Bowman is all like paper. Like it feels boring. I mean, that's what I'll do. That's what you want. That's what I'll do if that's what you want. But the better the single I'll give away if I don't throw a pack. If it's a pack, it's going to be an okay single. If it's not a pack, then it'll be different. All right, so top three choose. So we'll see who's going to be the winner. I got to come up with a good question first. So let's see here. Write something obscene on the sticker. Maybe a new Billy Ripken artifact. Yeah. That's pretty. Yeah, the old Billy Ripken. So let's see. Let's get some more card talk going, and I'll figure out a question. Has the other basketball game started yet, guys? Oh yeah, Brian, I saw those business cards that you had of the old foiled packs. Dustin had a handful of them and was showing them to me, I believe. Crap's questions. What's my favorite sports year / set? Let's see. Individual cards more so to me. I like 84 Topps football, 86 Fleer basketball, of course. I mean, that's an easy answer on that one. I like 83 Topps baseball. For me, and you guys might be like, why do you like 83 Topps baseball? Well, I mean, I liked Wade Boggs, and I like Tony Gwynn, and like Ryan Sandberg. You might not even remember some of the might not even remember him, but like that set to me was good growing up. I was always after the Wade Boggs rookie and the Tony Gwynn. What's up? Hello from Australia. Ruby, how are you doing? Shouldn't you be like doing some deadlifts or something? Yeah, Ryan played for the Cubs. He was a badass second baseman. A lot of people don't talk about him a whole lot. Yeah, I think Rhino was better than Boggs. You know, he was a more of a power hitter, but Boggs, probably had the better long-term career, maybe, as a hitter. They were both all-stars at at their positions like every year. Oh no, Dale Murphy's rookie card goes back to maybe late 70s, like 78, 79 maybe. I think it had 4 people on it. I might be wrong. Travis says he lives in rural Idaho. Is there a place website that shows a list of card shows in the US? I don't know. I tend to get emails, and I don't even know why. I must have got on a list somewhere where I get an email like when a show is coming up. Because I'll be like, why the heck did I get an email? All right, guys, we're winding down. We're getting into 2 hours. It seems like the questions and stuff are starting to wear thin. I'm going to come up with a question to ask you guys so I can give out something else. And then we're going to wrap it up. So if you guys got any questions or comments, something you want answered, then make sure you put them in there. The Travis, you think that Luka's going to fall below 675? The Hawks team is they went out and paid up a lot of money for some free agents and stuff too. They got some coaching, and then they brought in a lot of players. Ron says the show locator on Instagram, and the show locator is actually the dude who gave me the Soundgarden card. I met him in Dallas. But yeah. But Tony, you're going to ask a question in the group for me. Tony, you're not going to stick around in case you want to answer this question here. All right, let's go ahead and ask the final question of the night for another giveaway. And I'm going to have to pull it off of one of my videos. And it's a video. My last video didn't do very well. Didn't get a lot of views on it. That's fine. But if you watched it, or you may have to go back and race back to watch it, there's a card in that video. Okay, there's a card in that video. And I might have it laying out here. I do. There's a card in that video that I put up that said, hey, if you're a fan of this team and you have any interest in this video, leave a comment below. And, I'm going to choose some people to send some cards to. It was a Yankees card. It was a Yankees relic card, as you can see right here. Who are the 3 players on this Yankees card? If you watch my video, you'll know that. And if not, you can run back and try to watch it real quick. Who are the 3 players on this Yankees card? Name the 3 players, and it's not easy. Everybody's saying that they forgot. Drew took a guess, but he didn't get it. He didn't quite get it. I'm double checking. Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, Yogi Berra. I wish. The guesses are coming in strong, but they're not. Nobody's hitting it quite yet. I got Ruth, Mickey Mantle, and Berra. I got Bernie Williams and Paul O'Neill. I got Bernie Williams, Posada, and O'Neill. Tino, Bernie, and Posada. Oh, I think this is it. I got to scroll up and make sure nobody else came in. But it says Bernie Williams, Andy Pettitte, and Paul O'Neill. Bernie Williams, Andy Pettitte, and Paul O'Neill. That is the correct answer. You guys were all over it, but everybody forgot about Pettitte. It's like we were talking earlier about how pitchers get no respect. Well, there you go. It's got Pettitte, Paul O'Neill, and Bernie on it. So we're going to go ahead and give something away now. So Grant, let me know in the comments if you want a single, a pack, or a pack in a single. And if you do want a pack, let me know if you want me to open it on camera or send it to you. And let me know what your favorite team is or favorite sport is. Man, you guys were guessing all over the place. Steve Sachs, Chuck Knobloch, Sean Chacon. I remember the other two were good second basemen. Great second basemen. Robert Kelly. Brian Taylor. Brian Taylor. Talk about next big things that didn't happen. Brian Taylor was one of those guys. Do I have any packs that aren't baseball? Not single packs. Not single packs. All I have is I have Prism football hanger packs, but Prism football hanger packs will be, one of them at least will be in my 4,000 subscriber giveaway, which I'll be talking about in my next video. So make sure you're checking out for that. I have 2020 Prism football hangers that I will give away, that I'm not going to sell, that I could sell because I got them at Walmart and I could make money on them, but I would rather give them away on a giveaway. So, that's Justin Herbert. That's all the guys we were talking about earlier. Some Ryan Taylor. Dex Flow. Steve, you own a perfect season book of the Dolphins signed by 50 guys from that team with the mounted memories. That's pretty awesome. So Grant, you would like a single. What sport? What team? Maybe I mean, I'm not 100% sure if I. So I see a couple people asking comments about the Soundgarden cards, and here's the thing. The Soundgarden cards, guys. I only have a couple. But if you've mentioned Soundgarden, and I've seen two people. Shay asked about a Soundgarden card. Shay, if you hit me up on Instagram and send me your address, I'll just send you a Soundgarden card. Because they really don't have a lot of value. They're only like $1. And I love Soundgarden. I love the music. If I can share it with you with a card, then just go to Instagram and give me your info. I'll just send you one. I have a PSA 9 now. And my PSA 9 Soundgarden card was given to me. So why wouldn't I give away one to somebody if somebody gave one to me? Just wouldn't make sense. Those days of the Phil Hughes autos. Travis, is there a trade night at the National? What days am I going? I'm arriving in Chicago on Thursday. I'm checking into the hotel around 3, so I'll be at the show a little bit later in the afternoon, and then I'm flying out Sunday morning. I don't know what time I'm flying out yet, though, so I don't know if I'll be at the show on Sunday. In Dallas, I flew out. I really pushed my luck at the airport, but I rushed to the show and got in a last hour and a half before having to fly out of Dallas. So I don't know how I'm going to do it in Chicago, but I'll definitely be there Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, maybe part of the day on Sunday. And I'll be in Philly. It's like a single. Matthew Stafford is your main PC, but other than that, take Chiefs. Chiefs. It's tough on the Chiefs. Here's what I'll do, Grant. Send me your information on Instagram. Let me browse through these real quick. And I don't have much in the way of Chiefs because, actually, let me see. I mean, I got some Patrick Mahomes stuff, but it's just second and third year base stuff. Probably don't want that. Chiefs and let's say Chiefs and Stafford. I don't have much Stafford either. Yeah, I'm gonna have to really search. Here's I just got some basic Mahomes stuff here, but it's nothing special about it. It's 2019 like Don Russ optic, and then an optic like throwback looking card. But I feel cheap sending you that stuff. Well, I kind of got pushed. I couldn't find a hotel room close to the National because they were just out. I mean, I could have, but Brad had already booked, and he was looking for somebody to share with. So, yeah, I don't plan on spending a whole lot of time in the hotel anyway. Grant says he wants Dak Prescott. Oh, you guys have the same last name. Somebody's a Prescott fan and somebody isn't. Someone was asking about a cheap Brady card to get in on this year. There is one, and I believe it can have some potential value, especially for the buy-in on it. And I think I have one I can show you. Yeah, here's one right here. I have it in a card saver because I want to send it in to get it graded. But this is a Luminance 2000, or 2020 Luminance. This is his first Bucks card. Okay, he has the Mosaic, which is like his second. He has the Prism, which is his first Prism in a Bucks card that everybody wants. But technically, the Luminance was the first Bucks card, and you can get them in parallels. Like this is a gold numbered out of 199. So this is an affordable parallel of Tom Brady. That's also technically his first Bucks card that you can get affordable that has some kind of significance to it because it is his first Bucks and some rarity numbered out of 199. It's going to not run you the types of prices that if you want to buy numbered Prisms and things like that. But it still has a little bit of relevance to it because, again, first Bucks card and he won a Super Bowl. So yeah, that's not a bad one to grab, I don't think. Especially if you got it graded, it would probably be a decent one. I also have a Mosaic silver. I have the Mosaic white, but I have a Mosaic silver. Do you only like football, Grant? It's taking a long time to do this. I've got so much stuff, it's ridiculous. Yeah, Shay, it's Flipping Steve if you want to check that out. Is that the first real photo of him there that's not Photoshopped there, Mike? I'm not sure of the details on that. I just know that it's the first one they put him in a Bucks card. Man, I got a lot of raw basketball cards. This is ridiculous. Look at these raw Wander Franco cards. I need to do something with those. The Jalen Hurts, Trae Young rookies. I don't know what I'm going to do with all this stuff. Justin Herbert Mosaic just laying in there. Jared Goff, Optic Hollow, X-Ram. Bowman first, Bo Bichette. Just stuff. I don't know what to do with all of it. Select Concourse Rainbow of Sam Darnold, orange, white, red, and blue. All serial numbered rookies of his. What do you do with Sam Darnold's right now? Just let him sit. Look at that. I didn't even know I had this. This is like a Shohei Topps Chrome. I don't know if it's a refractor. It's refracting, though. Didn't even know that was in there. That's probably been in there for a year and a half or so. All right. Well, Grant, what I will do is I will get your information and I will send you. It'll be a surprise. That's what we'll do. I take Knicks if I have them. Knicks. Oh, you guys know I got the Kevin Knox cards, but he's not much of a Knick to do. Dan, that stuff's not sitting at PSA because I had a ton of stuff at PSA, like a ton. This stuff just didn't get out in time. It just didn't get out in time. I mean, I got Kyler Murray, like select premier levels that are ready to get graded. That didn't get out. I got this Tony Kukoc auto card. National Treasures, numbered out of 99. Tony Kukoc. I got this this stuff. There's stuff like you see all these cards in top loaders. What you don't see is all the stuff that's already in card savers. Like all the way down in the middle of this box where you can't even see is already stuff that's in card savers, like ready to go, like already been evaluated by me, already been sleeved and card savered up. And then the two outside rows of this box here and here is stuff I still got to evaluate. There's a Tiger Woods gallery. Year and like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's Pedri's the soccer dude. Pedri's Top Nows. Captain America card in there. Like everything. I got a little bit of everything in here. Andre Agassi, Sports Illustrated. Deadpool rookie cards from the comic books. Stan Lee, Garbage Pail Kids. I got Precious Metal Gems of Carnage and stuff. All just a cool Andre the Giant card from like 1980, a board game card. Like, shit. Sheesh. I need to just send all this stuff to one group submitter and just be like, can you log this and send it in for me? I got a Deadpool Power Blast insert. That is awesome. All right, guys. It's been 2 hours and 12 minutes. Oh, PMGs. Like, I got PMGs. Like, right here. Here's right in the front is a Venom PMG. Paul Pogba Silvers. Like, this is the stuff I haven't even got to sort through yet. Carly Lloyd sticker. God, shake my head. And I don't have the time or the patience to list all this stuff on eBay raw. Tom Brady, Flea Flicker Bucks Mosaics. 2 more Carnage Precious Metal Gems. Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do with all this stuff. Brock Lesnar, rookie relic card for you wrestling fans. Game used. I hope it's not game used trunks. That would be kind of nasty. I think it's a game. It says game worn shirt or event worn shirt from Survivor Series or Royal Rumble. Usually Royal Rumble. Stickers, David Beckham. There's a Patrick Mahomes Dominators insert. You like that, Grant? Maybe that'll go in a little package for you. I didn't know I had that. Mark McGuire Gallery of Heroes insert. That's awesome. It's like a Topps Gallery stained glass card. All right, guys. I'm going to have to call it a night. Gone over my time. Bored you to death for probably the last 15, 20 minutes, even though we were looking through some cards. And going to get these giveaways packaged up so I can get them out ASAP. Thanks for joining me for the live stream, guys. If you got something from me, hit me up on Instagram. Give me your information. If you don't follow me on Instagram, go ahead and do that. I finally opened it up public today because I'm such a noob that I had it on private. So anybody who was trying to find me or whatever probably couldn't. And then I started a TikTok where I post a card like every day or every other day with some music. You don't have to see my face. You just see the card with some cool music. Something cool that I might pull out of the PC or something just to show. And then there is a Facebook page if you have an interest in that. But we just talk, chat, don't do a whole lot of anything else. Just community stuff. I will have a video up in a day or two. It's going to be based around base cards and where I think there's potential still in base cards and not potential in base cards, because base cards are receiving a lot of hate, even from me. But in some circumstances, I think some of the hate is undeserved for certain base cards. So I'm going to talk about that. And yeah, Bazooka Tom, women's soccer is a sneaky play. I agree. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out. Soundgarden card, hit me up. And I have Jason B's and Grant's stuff going to be getting shipped out. And I got something also coming to you, Michael Ham. If you haven't liked and subscribed, you can. You don't have to. Might not be your thing. I know a lot of people just don't like to subscribe. It's just not their cup of tea. But again, guys, thanks for joining me. I'm going to go ahead and head out. And until next time, guys, good luck in your investing. I'll see you later.